Yeah, that's... All right, so let's get this show started.
All right.
Right. Check. Can you hear me? Mm-hmm. All right, give me that music, please. Let me make sure I got this thing.
All right.
Now you're gonna have to start me again, man. You cut the mic off right on cue. Yeah. Yes. Welcome back to Entrepreneurs on Deck. What's in your pitch deck podcast? I am your host, WesPointOfView. Listen, you watching the show. If you like it, subscribe to it, love it, share it, put the notification on, and listen. If you're on YouTube, just copy and paste the link to all your contacts in your phone. All right, I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so now my guest, Gustavo. How you say your last name?
Gustavo Romero.
I have Gustavo Romero, who is a life coach, business coach. He's an entrepreneur. He helps upcoming entrepreneurs get in the right direction in order to succeed in this space. He's gonna have a lot of wealth of knowledge, information to be able to share with you. So if you're new to entrepreneurship, get your listening cap on because it's about to go down. All right, give a round of applause for my man Gustavo. What's up, man? So talk to me, man. How was traffic getting over here?
The traffic wasn't that bad, actually.
You know why it wasn't that bad? Because you have a good attitude, my brother. Because, there's some people that get, the traffic comes around and they start to get nervous and they start to get angry. And I don't even see traffic when I'm out there on the road. Like, because I'm listening to an audio book. I'm like this. I get into a heavy traffic. I don't even realize the traffic. I'm stuck there for 30 minutes, but I'm not complaining. I got somewhere to be. But I'm not complaining because I don't control that fate. I don't control that situation, so I am not hurt about it.
We have a good attitude because we don't have the traffic that Miami has.
Oh, that's true too. You're so right. But yeah, so Gustavo, talk to me about your background and what made you decide to become an entrepreneur instead of a person that works 9 to 5, working under somebody for 40 hours a week, for the rest of your life. Why you are not in that space?
Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about me.
Put the microphone next to you.
Oh, yes. So let me tell you a little bit more about me. So I'm originally from Chile.
Yeah.
I was actually born in Chicago.
Yeah.
But my family moved out to Chile, so I grew up there. And I started working young in sales, working as a company. And I had actually worked for a company only one in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I only start new business from scratch. And as I grow, I'm selling the business and moving to something else. When the economy crashed in 2008, same thing. Then I moved back to Chile, start a business there. But I think so when I really get passionate about, I never really give it a thought of working. I would say probably I didn't want to work for a company because in kind of way I don't like bosses. I have one time.
You don't like bosses? But you became one, huh?
Well, I mean, you'd rather be in the top and the bottom. Right?
Yeah, I tell my clients that all the time. Listen, it's better if you're gonna struggle. It's better to struggle at the top than the bottom because on the top there's a lot of resources. People still respect you and they still want to do business with you. When you're at the bottom, no one's coming for you.
When you're an entrepreneur, and what we talk is you create your own economy. You see, when you're working for a company, your economy, your income, which is that economy is coming in, is coming through the company. It's coming through your manager. You still have to do performance, but not everything that you do is going to come as income. For example, in a company, you normally get paid between 10 to 20% your worth. So I mean, if you're making $100,000, you really are worth about $1 million for the company. But that $900,000 is the benefit of the company for paying you or guaranteeing you $100,000 a year. As an entrepreneur, you have the possibility to make all the way to the $1 million. So you're worth $1 million if you're getting paid $100,000.
So right now, you are worth $1 million.
No, a little bit more than that.
right, so talk to me about the transition. When does an entrepreneur make a transition to, make $1 million, and what sort of path or sort of mindset this person have to follow in order to get to the space of abundance?
Okay, so, and actually we were talking with some clients today. I think so the entrepreneur, like everybody, like you and I think so your guest before, the same thing, we all selling. We're selling ourselves, we're selling our services. And what I talk to my students is, don't focus about selling, but really focus about helping. I think that's the core for every entrepreneur, whether you're a politician entrepreneur, or whether you're a corporate entrepreneur, or you're a nonprofit entrepreneur. The core thing is to help. So we always say that you can help and you can sell.
Another thing, Zig Ziglar, you can have everything in life that you want if you can help enough other people get what they want. Continue.
But if you see it, it's all like that. You go and get a Coca-Cola, you have to pay for the Coca-Cola. In other words, Coca-Cola is expecting you to buy it, but it's helping you because it's giving you a drink which is flavorish and has, I don't know, something that you like.
A lot of sugar makes you happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
diabetes.
we always selling, right? And so in other ways, we always helping. Something I tell to my clients is, never worry. You need to be in the business of helping people. Detach from being in business of selling, and your sales will always grow.
And that's why a lot of people burn themselves out because they're in the business of selling instead of just having a purpose, whether the purpose is to help somebody get out of their situation to abundance or whatever it is that they're trying to acquire. Because the minute you start to do things about money, you naturally burn yourself out. You can't do it for the next 100 years. The business that I'm in as a life designer, I get to help people design their lifestyle, and I get to see them become happy after it's all said and done. Helping them with their credit, helping them with their finance, giving them a financial roadmap, organizing the mindset, and I think is a big key too. And I also, provide a book club that they can actually start organizing the mindset along the whole process. So when I see somebody get happy after it's all said and done, because now they're in a space of opportunity, they can do more for themselves. I can do that for 100 years. Because I'm not going to get burned out by doing something good and somebody is benefiting from that. That's to me. Now, if you're if you're a person that's about selling, you can't even see the person in front of you. You can't even empathize or sympathize with the person in front of you because you're just thinking about the cash coming in. I can't wait to close this client. It's going to be a happy day. No, help the person out.
Yes. So again, that's what I'm saying. For example, an entrepreneur or a salesperson or any person that is there to provide a service, right? Money is simply the reward of the service that you provide, right? So I was just talking today with my student again, there's two types of people that basically call themselves salesmen, right? The people who actually sell and the people who actually hope to sell. There's a difference. The people who actually sell, he never tell you what they do. They're always interested about what you do. They ask you, what is your problem? They want to know about you, about your spouses, about your children, about your business, how do you get started? They want to know everything about you. Because when you know everything about them, then you know how to help them. And I've seen it in the financial industry. I've seen it so many places. The people just want to tell you, oh, let me tell you what I do. I'm a coach. I can help you with this.
Yeah, that's wrong.
I'm a financial advisor. I'm going to help you this. Or I sell cars and I have this car. And the person might actually want something, but it feels that it's getting sold something, so he doesn't want it.
Yeah.
You see? So the difference between a salesperson that sells and a salesperson that hopes to sell is the person who hopes to sell is giving you information, a lot of information, and hoping that you will need this information.
Yeah.
While the actually person who's selling is only interested to know what is the problem. What is the problem? Why you are in that situation? How did you get started? When did you get started? Who you're working with? They want to know everything about you, but they really, truly want to know everything because they truly want to help you.
And also, Howard, how would you correlate that with your space as far as being becoming a politician and really going after the people that's going to vote for you?
Yeah, definitely. It's
Use Mike.
definitely
Is his mic on?
Is Mike?
One. Say 1, 2.
1, 2.
Yeah, he's on.
But definitely looking at from that perspective, excuse me, it's certainly something that you have to, even as a politician, because I tell people I'm not, I don't believe that I'm a politician.
Yeah.
I want to serve.
That's an ugly title too, huh?
Yeah, I agree. But I'm one that wants to serve because I want to give back. So in order for me to be able to give back, I have to first know what the issues and problems are before we can try and solve an issue. If I'm going in and saying I'm going to do A, B, and C,
Vote for me. I'm going to change the world.
yeah. But me saying that I'm going to do this may not be what they need.
Yeah.
So I'm going in first and foremost with the wrong attitude, with the wrong purpose, with the wrong approach because, I can have, 3 cars over here and ready to do this, but their issue has nothing to do with cars. They could have, we have too many animals around here or something, whatever it is, but so like you say, if I approach to where, what is it that you need? What are the issues that you see? And then understanding that I, could have, I guess in my wheel bag, some programs, some ideas, some strategies that may help with whatever they need. That's how we solve the problem, not by me coming in and saying, I'm going to do A, B, and C.
Success is about you creating the habit of helping others to get what they want in life.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like Zig Ziglar, man. But yeah, that's my guy, though. That's my guy, Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar got a book called Qualities of Success. I think everyone watching this should download that book. You can download Scribe, which is an audio book where you can have access to thousands of books there, or audio book. Get that in your space. But educate yourself every single day. You are watching and listening to Entrepreneurs on Deck. What's in your pitch deck podcast? We have Gustavo Romero as our guest, and on to my left, Howard Sapp, soon politician in this town of Fort Myers, Southwest Florida. All right. So with that being said, so let's continue on. So as a life coach and a business coach, what aside from selling and not selling because you're trying to make a buck, but what other faults that entrepreneurs carry that they need to eliminate when embarking on entrepreneurship?
Okay, I think so that every entrepreneur need to have a clear goal. Right, and I'll tell you a little story that everybody can do. I'm a very pragmatic in the way I explain things because I want people to understand it. So I'll put it this way: if you close your eyes and you walk in circles. Do you know why?
Why?
It's because one of your legs is longer than the other one.
Oh yeah, my chiropractor said that.
So your first step is longer than the second one. When you don't have a goal, your mind naturally will have to make you go in circles. The reason we walk straight is because we have a goal. Everybody has a goal. You have goals every day. It's just you repeat it so much that you don't think it's a goal. Going to the bathroom is a goal. You go into the bathroom and you're going away from the bathroom because your mind is automatically correcting your body to go straight. Even if you close your eyes and you imagine, you don't have to see it with your eyes. You imagine you have a tree in front of you and you put it in your mind, your eyes closed, your body automatically will start correcting the way you walk so you can walk straight. Most of the problem with entrepreneurs in the beginning is that they don't have a clear goal. Having a goal, the circle that you go around is your comfort zone.
Oh yeah, you gotta get out of that comfort zone.
And what we call it in business is your struggle zone.
Yeah.
Right? But when you fix a goal, the goal is outside of your comfort zone. So you have to do things that are not natural. You need to understand as an entrepreneur, success is not natural. It's unnatural.
It is unnatural.
Okay.
Success is not natural. It's unnatural because in success, you create the habit of doing the things that most people don't like to do.
Principles of success. Believe it's possible. That's the principle today. And Gustavo is hitting everything on the nail, man. He's going in. Listen up. Continue.
So if you want to be successful in any business, analyze what the competition are not doing. What do people, again, ask the question to people, what do you want? and then they will answer you, and then you see the competition are not doing what they want because the competition is just showing information and praying that someone will need it. You ask the question and you deliver exactly what they want, which is doing the thing that your competition don't want to do. When you have the habit of doing what failures don't like to do, you become successful. Because it's unnaturally to become successful. You have to force yourself to get out of your comfort zone, have that goal that pushing you to become better, a version of yourself that try to remain the same.
And by the way, failure is not a person. Failure is an event. Just keep that in mind. Zig Ziglar again.
So you could fail thousands of times. Look at Thomas Edison, right? He failed 10,000 times how to turn out the light.
Yep.
But he works, right? So it doesn't really matter how many times you fail. Become a failure is a decision that you make to stop trying. So you can keep on trying. Okay, you start a business, it didn't work out. Fine. But it doesn't mean maybe you fail in that business, but you didn't fail the main goal. The main goal is to be successful. So you try different business until you find the one you like,
and boom,
you stick to it, and you get it.
Yeah,
I like that, man.
Yeah, I do. And it's just, this just hit me, and because like we're saying, what failure is. But I guess a lot of people look at, because this didn't work, they consider that the failure.
And they go to drinking and drugs. All of it, boom. Next thing you know, they're out of the picture.
Right. But just because this didn't work doesn't mean, like you say, that it was a failure.
Right.
It just means that it didn't work.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
Don't stop, like you said, because whatever your goal is what you want to achieve. And if it was even from the simplistic point of, this didn't work at this time, so I was a success because I've eliminated one thing that I know that won't work. So now I'm closer to what will work.
The success.
The success part of it. So so like you said, the failure part is it's a state of mind. It's how people want to define that word failure. So this part just didn't work. Doesn't mean I'm a failure.
So Gustavo, so talk to me about your process when it comes to helping the people that you work with, in order for them to not just organize their mindset, but to find that place where success just is here. Success is here for them.
Success is not a secret. Success is a system. And when you do things in a certain way, you get success. For example, people buy $1 million franchise for McDonald's. You can have the $1 million. McDonald's send you for 6 months to McDonald's University to know the system. You can come and say, hey, I got $1 million. I don't need to go there. You don't go there, you don't get the franchise. They need to make sure you learn the system so they can guarantee you become successful.
Because it is a successful system, repeated over and over, and it works.
Exactly. That's why, for example, in Collier County, most of the McDonald's are owned by the same person.
Really?
You see? Because he knows that he apply exactly what they told him, and he get expected results. So at the end of the day, what you need to understand is there's certain habits that you need to have that are going to be naturally for you not to want to have them. And there's a reason for that, and I'll explain this very shortly. If you want to know about habit, I would recommend the book Atomic Habits.
Yeah, and The Power of Habits. Good book, too.
Yeah. So basically, we are naturally lazy people. All we are lazy. Lazy is not a bad thing. Actually, it's a good thing. Why I say this? Because we have cars because we're lazy. We don't want to walk. We have planes because we don't want to take 3 months.
You don't want to swim.
Europe.
You don't want to swim to Europe. No.
Exactly. So we use phones because we don't want to go and walk to the person to talk to him, and we have this phone. So technology and all advanced has been helping us to
Become lazy.
become more productive. Lazy people wants to be productive because they don't want to spend too much time doing the thing.
Right.
You see? So we have a natural way to be lazy. That the same thing, we have a natural way to fall into bad habits, or in a Christian way to fall into sin. The reason of that is because when you want something in your life, your brain produces dopamine, right? So they try with rats, took all the dopamine, rats die within 3 days because they don't even have the motivation to drink.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Dopamine is what creates motivation. So the sin or the bad habit, it gives you instant gratification. Your mind is playing games with you, so it fills you with dopamine, and it creates the urge to get what you want. The problem is, you know it's a sin or it's something bad because when you get it, you feel bad. But when you don't get it, or you are in the process of getting it, you feel good because the dopamine is there. The problem with good habits is we came to the conclusion that if I invest today, I'm going to get the reward tomorrow. So it's not attractive to get in the habit of doing good things because it's going to take time. Mm-hmm. But there's a way that we teach how to stick with good habits and how to feed yourself with dopamine that will keep you in track of what you want to.
So give us one opportunity to learn. What can you do to actually develop more dopamine or feed yourself dopamine? Like I get up at 5 a.m. in the morning, I go running throughout my whole community, and I may do some exercise. I think in that area or at that time when you have no distractions and you're able to build up certain chemicals in your body where you become more productive. So what one of those things you can say does that?
I will tell you the most important one. Fall in love.
With what? A baby rat? A wife? Or fall in love with what?
Well, put it this way.
Fall in love with this couch?
But put it this way. You are willing to do whatever it takes to get what you love. Your spouse could be stranded in China, and you do whatever it takes. You will sell everything to get
there. Oh, 1,000%.
So when you fall in love of what you want, nothing can stop you.
I like that.
I put it this example.
Damn. Okay, Gustavo.
So I put it this example, and I mean, some people don't like it, but it's just so people understand. If someone takes someone pressure of you, like a son or a wife, and if I tell you, you gotta call 50 people a day in your business, and you're like, I don't want to do that, right? If I tell you, you call 50 people a day, by the end of the week, I will return your son. Otherwise, you'll never see it again. How many calls are you going to make a day?
1,000.
Exactly. Why? Because the reason of just thinking about losing someone that you love covers any other cause that might be in it.
Yeah.
You see, love is so important. When you love what you do, you're gonna do and you're gonna be successful at it.
Man, this is a good show. I like that. That's good information, man. I see why you're a life coach, business coach, therapist, counselor. What else you are, man?
Hey, I'm always have the habit of helping people to get what they want.
That's good.
So with that being said, man, you are watching and listening to Entrepreneurs on Deck, What's in Your Pitch Deck podcast. So actually, we're gonna use this time to have the audience understand and know how to reach out to you, and then we're gonna talk to you about that too, Howard. So this is Entrepreneurs on Deck, What's in Your Pitch Deck. Now, this is your chance to talk to the audience and say why or what kind of impact are you making for your community? Why did you set on this path? And just close it out with a quote or something.
Okay. All right. So how do I help my clients? So I'll talk about a client of mine. He came in and he was in a high level in corporate, very unhappy, thinking he was going to get fired anytime. We worked for a year. He got 3 job offers. Now he's got his dream, start a business and working from home. So I help people to really get what they want. But the reason we do that is because we have a tendency, as we are lazy, to be negative towards us. And we need to create the habit of being positive towards us. Whenever you think positive about yourself, you're always growing.
Now, I like that. So, how do you charge somebody for something like that? Do you go through a whole process of a whole year, back and forth conversation, maybe one session per week of 1 hour of interacting with the person? How do you break that down? How do you work? How do you determine how to get paid here? But you are helping, but how do you determine how to get paid here? Because some entrepreneurs that's embarking into that space may want to know.
All right, so it's all about commitment, and the person has to know how much he's committed to do what he needs to do. I truly believe that changing your habits, creating success in your life is a habit. And a habit is like a language. If you go out and do an intensive 6 months of French, maybe you can get by when you go to France. But if you study French every day, for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years, guess what? You can start even selling in French. So the problem of most coaching programs is they're very short and intensive. And the person thinks, okay, I got a coaching, but it didn't work out. Mm-hmm. And why didn't it work out? Because you didn't have the consistency of what you said before, keep studying. I'm good at English because I speak in English every day. Every day I'm studying, I'm reading, and all of that. If I want to learn French or Russian, I need to study every day. So what I do with my clients, we study every day.
But how do you study every day, learning a language that's probably not even second nature to you, but it's better to learn French being in France, right? So if I'm learning French in America, it's going to be very difficult to get that French. I can probably learn French in 3 months if I was in France, opposed to living in America trying to learn French. It's probably going to be a longer process, no?
No, it is what you believe. Remember that you always get what you believe. If you believe something's going to be hard, that's exactly what it is.
Believe it's possible.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
Believe
You brought me right
possible.
back.
Yes. So you always get, look at this. In Europe, you find people speak 10 languages. And they didn't live in 10 countries.
Right. Why is that?
Because the environment is very important in what you do. For example, I got a client of mine, he was in jail. And he came out of jail and people said, move to a different area, move to a different environment.
Yeah.
Because the environment that you're going back is going to push you back into jail.
Yeah.
So environment is more important.
It's very important.
Than heredity. You can have all the money you want, but you had an environment of drugs and bad habits. Well, guess what? No matter how much money you have, you're going to go back into that again.
Yeah.
Right.
Your environment is so important. Why? Because we are the average of the 5 people we surround with. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't mean you have to stop being friend with your friends. But the beauty of that is you can choose the people who you want to become like and have those people around you. And then you start behaving like them, you start thinking like them. Guess what? You start making the money that they make.
Mm-hmm. That's good stuff, man. So let's get back to you, Howard Sapp. Talk to me about what you're getting ready to embark on, why you're doing it, and why it's important for you to get out there and make this change that you're considering, and why should we vote for you?
Well, certainly. One of the biggest things for me is growing up here. I love Fort Myers. I love living in Florida. I've lived in Virginia, the DC area, have nice seasons and everything, but I don't want to shovel snow. So I'm done with shoveling snow. But I love the area and I love the community in which I grew up in. I think we have so much potential, and I see the young kids, and I really want to invest in them. And that's for me what it's all about. It's about giving back, and it's about serving and being there, because I want those kids to be successful, and to see that there's so much more that they can achieve, and then moving forward from there. So it's all about serving the community and allowing the community to see the success that they can experience and see. So for me, it's about the serving piece, and that's what I really want to portray. That I'm not a politician, but I'm here to be one that serves and gives back and helps and to uplift, to upbuild, to encourage, to motivate, to inspire, so that the kids that's coming up now, can reach for the stars, because it's there for them to grab. But I think that a lot of times when I came back and looked to see, like I said, such complacency, it's like, no, we have to do something, because if we don't, we're going to lose an entire generation.